Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. And another heavyweight news mashup video today, a monster edition, a lot going on, starting with Kubrat Pulev and Anthony Joshua. Pulev, the IBF mandatory challenger, Joshua, the IBF champion. So Eddie Hearn has confirmed to reporters in Frisco, Texas, where he's got a card this weekend, that the fight will be staged on June 20 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Until this point, it has been talked about for June 20 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but not confirmed. However, the snag at the moment is the site deal has not been signed. And you may recall a number of days ago, Kubrat Pulev came out and said, look, I've signed my part of the deal, Anthony Joshua, sign yours. So obviously they're looking to get the final details over the line, the site deal being one of them. But we can expect a fight to be announced very shortly. And why I say that is the IBF has given Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn and Kubrat Pulev, all sides in this, basically a week to get it done. So see here on screen, so Dan Raphael reporting, although both sides say a deal is close to being made for the fight between unified titleist Anthony Joshua and mandatory challenger Kubrat Pulev, it's not done yet, so the IBF has ordered a purse bid and scheduled it for March 3 at its offices in Springfield, New Jersey. And then he goes on to say a deal is expected to be reached before the bids are unsealed for a fight. So I think we're going to get an announcement very shortly, and this is just a forerunner to it. So that likely for June the 20th. And another fight which Eddie Hearn has talked about for May is Oleksandr Usyk and Derek Chisora. So see here from Mike Coppinger, the Oleksandr Usyk and Derek Chisora fight is a done deal for May 23 at the O2 in London, per Eddie Hearn. It will be streamed by DAZN stateside Sky Sports pay-per-view in the UK. So a number of fights on the brink of being announced, and another will also be Alexander Povetkin and Dillian Whyte. So seemingly we're going to have 3 pay-per-views coming up in short order out of the Matchroom stable in the space of a couple of months. So obviously a bit of pressure on the wallet there, but all decent fights. The Oleksandr Usyk and Derek Chisora fight, it's unlikely at this stage, just my read on this, that the WBO title will be on the line. That sort of talk about a title becoming vacant has sort of dried up in recent weeks. This just looks like it is going to be Usyk's second fight at heavyweight, a good test for him ahead of an eventual fight with Anthony Joshua. Oleksandr Usyk, of course, the WBO mandatory challenger. Former WBC champion Deontay Wilder looks like he accused the wrong Durrell brother of influencing his corner in throwing in the towel. So Mark Breland threw in the towel in the 7th round when Deontay Wilder was taking a battering. And after the fight, one of the excuses Wilder has come up with was Anthony Durrell was influencing Mark Breland, telling him to throw in the towel. But his brother, Andre Durrell, has now come out talking to SiriusXM saying actually it was him. And he didn't like the way that Deontay Wilder was responding. He thought the fight should have been called off after the 6th round, and it was him who was yelling out to throw in the towel. But he does say that Breland didn't acknowledge him in any way. Tyson Fury's father, John Fury, says that Anthony Joshua should not fight Tyson Fury because he is going to get beaten. He says, "You're a nice guy. You look well, you've got a big future, but when it comes down to the beating, fighting Lionheart, I don't think you've got it. So don't mess with Tyson Fury. Keep your belt, go fight other people, but don't mess with Tyson unless it's worth your while. Because let me tell you, it'll be the last time you ever box if you mess with him. He'll wreck you. 19 stone, 6'9" wrecking machine who will not stop coming forward, but he'll come forward at you educated, and he'll punish you, and he'll school you, and he'll break your heart. He'll make your life a misery. Your life will never be the same, so think on." Eddie Hearn, that's to you too as well. That's John Fury, Tyson Fury's father, speaking to IFL TV. Meanwhile, former unified champion Andy Ruiz Jr. says that Tyson Fury did an amazing job. He did everything with the ability that he has and his reach. He is the man right now. He says when he was watching the fight that he had flashbacks from his fight on June 1st, saying it was kind of similar like that, and it was in the same round as well. It was pretty crazy, but good for Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury did what he had to do. He stuck to the game plan, and I'm sure that he can do it again, and I can do it too. If they pick me, I'm here and I'm ready. After that shot to the ear, Wilder didn't recover and he was wobbly. Even the punches he tried to throw, they didn't have a lot of power. The American heavyweight Christopher Lovejoy has thrown out an offer to Deontay Wilder ahead of the trilogy fight with Tyson Fury, which is still to be confirmed, a date and venue. But he is saying, because he's been in camp with Fury before, that Tyson Fury camp member request $500,000 for remedy to beat Fury 4 rounds. So saying, rare, unseen footage at Bronze Bomber, send that deposit, I got you, I got the remedy to beat Gypsy King 101. So Christopher Lovejoy saying he's got the key to unlock Tyson Fury because he's shared the ring in a sparring environment before. I think many people will look at this in a cynical way that Lovejoy's just looking to get paid here because he isn't getting big paydays elsewhere. Joe Joyce, meanwhile, is saying that Tyson Fury showed what can happen when you bully a bully, and he plans to do the same to Daniel Dubois. So this is in a piece on frankwarren.com. Further down in the article, he goes on to say, Daniel is talking about me only beating kids and downplaying my achievements. That's up to him, no problem. I just hope he's got good people around him when I beat him because he's going to be a broken boy on April the 11th. The Swedish heavyweight Otto Wallin has spoken about his injury that he sustained, forcing him out of his fight with Lucas Browne.
So, I got some bad news, but I also got some good news. The bad news is that I picked up a small injury in training, and I gotta take some time to rest to let it heal so it doesn't become a real problem. So for that reason, I can't fight on March 28th against Lucas Browne. I gotta cancel the fight. But that's the bad news. The good news is that I'm gonna make most of this time, prepare myself, come back better, stronger, and when the time comes, I'm gonna be ready to go in the ring, put on a good clinic, good show. And so please guys, bear with me. It's tough times, but I'll be back soon.
And Lucas Browne has been discussing the replacement opponent for March 28th, Abdi Devtayev.
Okay, so it's official. I am fighting Abdi Devtayev. Now, I'm not sure if that's exactly how you say it, but my apologies if I got it wrong. Abdi Devtayev is a Russian hard nut, 20 wins, 19 knockouts. So it's going to be an absolute bash up, which will be great. So for those of you who don't read, can't read, don't bother looking at anyone else's posts and finding out what's going on before you ask stupid questions. Wallin is out due to injury. I'm now fighting Abdi Devtayev. So, yeah, so all those people that are just retarded and don't bother looking up things before they ask stupid questions, that's what's going on. I thought I'd have to do a video to keep at least everyone involved. So, yeah, 4.5 weeks to go, ready to bash.
The Icelandic heavyweight Gunnar Kolbienn Kristinsson says he's feeling the benefits of strength training, having worked with the world's strongest man, Hafthor Thor Bjornsson. He is, of course, out of Game of Thrones as well. That's where you'll recognise him from. But Gunnar Kolbienn Kristinsson says, I was embarrassed when I got there. They said I was skinny and looked weak. He gave me access to the gym whenever I want. The weight program is very different every day, but I'm surprised that the most important part is to be consistent with diet. I've been doing my strength and power work 4 times a week and training boxing 6 times a week since my last fight, and I've already put on 7 pounds of muscle. I can feel I'm a lot stronger and more solid with a noticeable difference in punching power. Former heavyweight champion Bermane Stiverne is back training and looking for a fight. But you would have to ask the question in 2020 and at over 40 years old, what is left for Stiverne in the heavyweight division beyond selling his name recognition that he is a former champion. And rounding out this heavyweight news mashup video, Carlos Takam and Fabio Maldonado have weighed in ahead of their fight in the United States. Carlos Takam was 256 pounds on the scale and Maldonado 237 pounds. So this is a tune-up fight for Carlos Takam. He's just recently signed a co-promotional deal with ESPN and Top Rank. He's also promoted by Star Boxing. This is a Star Boxing card. Seemingly he's going to have a bigger fight next, and possibly it could be against Jarrell Big Baby Miller after Miller has his first fight, which also looks like it will be a tune-up. But what do you make of it all? Drop a comment, loud and often, hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.